Previously, Mito wanted to show Ruka that she was his destined partner, so she decided to reveal her secret by opening her clothes. However, to her surprise and horror, she transformed into a man right before his eyes. As Mito struggled to comprehend what had just happened, Ruka, acting swiftly, flew her away from the place. The next day, Komori gathered everyone to discuss their plan of turning the cafe into a haunted house for the upcoming culture festival. While Mito was preoccupied with her unexpected transformation, Yuri shared a local legend with her. According to the legend, if a couple kisses before the bonfire at the festival, they will be together forever. Yuri revealed his own plan to confess his love to Takara during the bonfire, which sparked a glimmer of hope in Mito. She believed that if she could share a kiss with Ruka before the bonfire, she might be able to change back into a girl. Mito, suspecting that Rin had something to do with her transformation, confronted him and pleaded with him to change her back. However, Rin refused, admitting that he wanted to stay by her side forever, even if she remained a man. On the day of the culture festival, Mito and Ruka decided to embrace their roles and dress up as vampires for the haunted house theme. To their surprise, they looked so captivating and charming in their vampire costumes that their prey willingly offered to let them suck their blood. Meanwhile, Yuri found himself stuck with Takara in a coffin. Seizing the opportunity, he decided to confess his feelings, nervously asking Takara to meet him at the bonfire later to give his reply. Takara, taken aback but intrigued, agreed. In the evening, as the bonfire crackled and the festival reached its peak, Yuri anxiously waited for Takara. When Takara finally arrived, Yuri, overcome with doubt and fear of rejection, left before Takara could approach him. Nearby, Mito and Ruka sat chatting by the bonfire. During their conversation, Ruka mentioned that if he met his destined partner again, he would marry her. Although Mito knew she was his destined partner, she couldn't help but feel a pang of hurt. As they talked, an accidental spill of juice on Mito's shirt made Ruka's hunger flare up, but he managed to control himself. Mito, sensing his struggle, bravely offered him her blood. However, the otaku vampire politely refused, adhering to his vow. Remembering the legend about the bonfire kiss, Mito took a bold and surprising step. She leaned in and kissed Ruka, pouring all her emotions into the act. "Love me instead of waiting for your destined partner," she whispered, hoping that this gesture might change their fate and rekindle the connection they once had. The next day, Yuri confided in Mito, sharing the details of his emotional encounter with Takara. Wanting to help Takara find a reliable girl and to move past his own heartbreak, Yuri arranged a mixer and insisted that Mito bring Ruka along. On the day of the mixer, Takara and Ruka thought they were heading to the mountains for a simple hike, completely unaware of Yuri's true intentions. Meanwhile, Ren's father, who had his own sinister plans, was also at the mountain with his cat. He sent his cat, magically transformed to look exactly like Mito, as the third girl for the mixer. Introducing herself as Nico, the cat-turned girl apologized to Ruka for running away that night, referring to the previous encounter by the water fountain. Ruka was stunned by her sudden reappearance, and the uncanny resemblance to Mito, while Mito was equally confused and uneasy watching her look-alike getting close to Ruka. Later, as Mito returned with drinks, she saw Ruka and Nico spending time together. Nico pretended to get something in her eye, asking Ruka to blow on it to make it feel better. From Mito's angle, it looked like they were sharing an intimate kiss. Heartbroken and unable to believe her eyes, Mito ran away, tears blurring her vision. Nico followed her, a sinister smile playing on her lips. The chase led them to a rope bridge swaying precariously over a deep river. Once on the bridge, Nico challenged Mito to a test of resolve. With a snap of her fingers, she broke the ropes, leaving them both hanging for their lives. Their screams echoed through the forest, reaching Ruka's ears. Upon seeing Ruka, Nico cunningly let go of the rope, causing Ruka to instinctively catch her. Mito, seeing this, felt a crushing wave of despair, believing Ruka had chosen Nico over her. In her anguish, she lost her grip and plummeted into the river below. As Mito began to drown in the water, the founder arrived just in time to save her. He pulled her out of the water and gently removed the locket from her neck. After ensuring Mito was safe, the founder went to meet Ruka. Finding him distressed and confused, "Ruka," he began, "Mito is safe. I've left her in Ren's care for now." Meanwhile, Mito regained consciousness in Ren's house. Seeing Ren beside her, she felt a pang of sadness. "Ren," she whispered, her voice heavy with sorrow. "Ruka has decided to choose someone else. I wish I could forget everything about him." so Rin starts sucking her blood and wishes Mito to forget everything about Ruka. Elsewhere, Ruka returned to the dormitory with Mito's lookalike. Miko noticed Ruka's bad mood and offered him her blood. But when Ruka touched her, he felt his body instinctively rejecting the idea of drinking her blood. As the tension between them lingered, the founder arrived, exuding an air of authority. "It's time to take you both to the land of vampires for your marriage," he declared. With a snap of his fingers, he summoned a horse-drawn chariot, beckoning them to climb aboard. During the journey, the founder handed Miko a locket. The sight of it triggered a flood of memories for Ruka, each one reminding him of the moments he had shared with Mito. Overwhelmed with emotion, Ruka grabbed the locket from Miko, determination blazing in his eyes. "I have to go to Mito," Ruka announced, his voice resolute. The founder's expression darkened. "If you do this, you will be banished from the vampire world forever." Ruka didn't hesitate. "I don't care," he said, and with that, he leapt from the moving chariot, disappearing into the night. After Ruka's departure, the founder turned to Miko, his eyes narrowing. "You can drop the act now. I knew from the beginning you were not who you pretended to be. This was a test of Ruka's will." Miko's form shimmered, revealing her true self. Meanwhile, Ruka rushed to Ren's house to meet Mito. However, when Mito arrived in the room, she had all her memories erased and couldn't recognize Ruka. Surprised by her behavior, Ruka immediately believed Ren had tampered with her memories. Ren clarified that Mito had experienced something traumatic and had chosen to erase her memories herself. Realizing the gravity of his mistake, Ruka begged Ren to let him stay with Mito. Ren's father also intervened, suggesting that Ruka, now banished and without a home, needed a place to stay. When Mito learned that Ruka was in a similar situation as hers, she too requested Ren to allow him to stay at the mansion. Consequently, Ren granted permission for Ruka to work as a servant. After they left, Ren's father revealed his true plan to Ren, how he had used his cat to deceive Ruka into choosing Miko instead of Mito. The next day, while working in the garden, Mito mentioned to Ruka that she would soon be marrying Ren. This news caused Ruka to become sad and reflect on his memories with her. After Mito left to do other work, Ruka picked up the locket he dropped on the ground. Its pitch black color indicated that there wasn't a drop of love left in Mito for him. As Ruka cried over losing Mito, the locket began to shine, giving him a glimmer of hope. Later, as Mito was preparing for her wedding with Ren, Ruka arrived to meet her. He showed her the heart-shaped locket, explaining that the more someone loves you, the redder it turns. Mito noticed that the locket had a deep red color, indicating Ruka's profound love for her. Ruka confessed his love for her, promising to love her forever, even if she didn't remember him. As Mito watched him leave the room, she couldn't stop herself from crying. Later, Ren's mother escorted Mito to the wedding hall where Ren eagerly awaited her. When the pastor asked them to make their vows, Ren promised to love her forever, but Mito struggled and couldn't make the vow. As Mito began to cry over her inability to make the vow, Ruka entered the hall and asked her to stop crying. This triggered Mito to regain her memories, recalling every moment she had spent with Ruka and realizing how much she loved him. Ruka then kissed her passionately, reaffirming his love for her. Ruka once again confessed his love to Mito, and miraculously, she transformed back into her young, beautiful self. Ruka realized that Mito was indeed his destined partner, filling him with immense happiness. However, Ren's father became angry and attempted to erase their memories with his power. Ren intervened, refusing to let his first love be hurt. Upon arrival, the founder brought along Miko the cat. Ren's father questioned why he hadn't been chosen as the new leader. The founder explained that only those resistant to deceit's allure were fit to lead. Ruka forfeited leadership for true love, prompting his selection as the next leader. The founder then disclosed knowing Mito was his destined partner all along, testing them in the guise of Komori. Later, Ruka escorts Mito back to his room and gently places her on the bed. Initially apprehensive that he might thirst for her blood, Mito is relieved when Ruka instead begins kissing her. They spend a blissful evening together, and Mito feels immense happiness being with Ruka once more. Their affection continues into the next morning, unabated, until the founder intervenes. He reveals his plan to return and prepares for their wedding, declaring Ruka the leader in the process. Though Ruka initially dismisses the vampires opposed to his leadership, the founder warns of potential threats to Mito's safety, prompting Ruka to become overprotective and accompany her to class, hand in hand. Their public display of affection catches the attention of friends like Takara and Yuri. Takara, surprised by Ruka and Mito's relationship, reflects on Yuri's earlier confession of feelings for him. Before he can respond, Yuri interrupts, expressing contentment with their current relationship. Meanwhile, Mito hears the sound of Ren's bike and goes out to meet him. Ren apologizes for his previous manipulative actions to win her over. He informs her of his departure and surprises her with a kiss as a parting gift. Later, Mito and Ruka find themselves alone in the classroom. Seizing the moment, Ruka takes her behind the curtains and passionately kisses her. They are now inseparable, but Ruka senses something amiss with the arrival of a new student in their class. What will happen next we will find out in the next session. Don't forget to share and like the video.